Look for the Toronto Blue Jays to explore an extension this offseason. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Blue Jays Today, where we always have something to say about the Toronto Blue Jays. I'm your host, Nicholas Playlog.
And I'm your host, Adam Peddle. And today, guys, we're going to be taking a look at the Toronto Blue Jays off-season outlook. What are they going to do, and what do we think they should do? Before we get into it, guys, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that post notification bell button to stay up to date with everything Blue Jays and MLB this off-season. All right, Nick. So there are some guys who have left the Toronto Blue Jays.
Yes.
Who are those guys so that we know what holes to look for?
Well, it's some big dudes, man. It's some big dudes. We got Robbie Ray, aka the Ray Gun, which is so disappointing. We came up with that name right at the end of the season, but now he is no longer a Toronto Blue Jay. He's exploring free agency. We got Marcus Semien. We got Steven Matz. We got Corey Dickerson. We have a few other guys too. They're not as big, but those are kind of the four dudes. And what stands out to me immensely right there is not only in our video where we looked at the top 5 Blue Jay performers of last season, and number 2 was Robbie Ray, and number 3 was Steven Matz. Marcus Semien.
Yeah.
So that's a big hole right there. But also Ray and Matz were big in our rotation, dude. And now we're down 2 solid rotational pieces.
Yeah, we're literally down 2 guys. We only have 3 right now going to into the next season: Ryu, Manoah, and Berrios. So for me, there's 2 holes that we got to fill up. Now, whether we fill it up internally, externally via trade or free agency, there's lots of options. But for this free agency, I need to go as the Toronto Blue Jays front office and get a quality starting pitcher. Now, there's different options that they have out there. There's one we like to fantasize about, which is Max Scherzer. And he would actually be perfect for the Toronto Blue Jays timeline. All right. But then there's other guys too, like John Gray, Erod, Anthony Desclafani. I got it. Let's go. That can also serve that purpose. But one guy that we're actually kind of forgetting about right here is that Steven Matz might be getting a qualify offer.
He might. And we looked at that in a previous podcast. And frankly, we kind of said, like, we think it's a little bit too much money. But if that's what it's going to take to lock down a starting pitcher, we understand why you're doing it. Frankly, I think we both agree a 2 or 3 year deal on, like $8 million or maybe $10 million, an average annual value, even $12 million average annual value, we would both be okay with. So look out for that. That could be potential. Also, too, talking about those starting pitchers, Jose Berrios. We have this guy, but we only have him for 1 more year. He is a stud in the league. We do not want to let Robbie Ray leave, Steven Matz leave, and then also have Jose Berrios leave the following year. Look for the Toronto Blue Jays to explore an extension this offseason.
Yeah, that could very well be in the makings. And you don't want to, if you are going to go in the free agency, go grab someone like a Kevin Gausman who's going to command a lot of years and a lot of money. And that's in the first place. First of all, Ray hasn't left yet, but that's kind of why we're leaning towards letting him go, because you don't want to get him to a big extension and then also get Berrios to a big extension. This is too many extensions.
Because we have a guy who's ready to get locked down for 5 or 6 years, and he's young and he's good with upside. That's Jose Berrios. So look for an extension there, and look for a short-term elite starter to fill in while Manoah develops, and hopefully while Nate Pearson develops. Because I'm still holding out hope that guy can slot in and be a dude right here. Number 2 on the priority list, it's got to be the bullpen. Now, guys, I'll be honest, I started to get more happier with the bullpen. I was okay. Just because by the end of the year, at least we had guys who we trusted in their roles. Romano locked it down. Simber set it up. Meza and Richards, they were like that 7th, 8th guy too. And those guys were good at that. At the beginning of the year, we didn't know who the hell was doing what. Everybody was all over the place and they were screwing up. So at least we have the back half locked down. We do need some other guys though.
The names are going to be Kenley Jansen, Rafael Iglesias, Corey Knebel, Kendall Graveman, Ryan Tepera, Colin McHugh. I want one guy from this list at least to extend that back half. We're also forgetting about Merriweather right now. He's also an addition to that back half. Because we need to fill out our bullpen so that when it's healthy, we have an actual good bullpen. Because that front half was the scariest part. When pitchers would leave at the 4th or the 5th, we would be a little cautious, biting our nails, throwing in guys with like 80 ERAs or guys who've never seen a major league mound. So go out, get a big name, and then get some dart throws as well. They're going to be a little bit cheaper, they're a little bit more proven, but are stable.
Hopefully they do a little bit better than like a Dolis or something. The dart throws anyways.
I hope.
And then you get your solid elite in a Jansen or whoever it's going to be. Third priority, and I'll be honest, I'm not crazy worried about this, guys, because I think that we can deal with it internally. But it's that hole that Marcus Semien is leaving. It's that hole in the infield. It's that hole at second base, shortstop, third base. That's kind of muddled right now. Now, I think what people are forgetting is that Cavan Biggio is a thing. He's an option. Was he good last year? No.
He didn't barely play last year either.
He barely played, but when he did play, he was pretty bad. He was pretty bad. However, that doesn't mean that I'm still not holding out hope. I think that he can slot in and be a dude there. Also at third base, Espinal was a rock. We have Valera still there. And also Jordan Groshans, he's ready to come up, man. He wants to play Major League ball. Now, I don't think that any of these guys are going to give us 45 home run pop, but do you think that we need that?
Well, I don't think we need 45 home run pop, but I do think we need a guy who can come and hold his own because, like you said, Biggio defensively did not look that good. Like, I still have hope, but it still didn't look good. And yes, Jordan Groshans is ready. He says he's ready for the show, but we haven't seen a single game played in the major leagues yet. So I think we got to go out and get someone who's a proven shortstop. Ross Atkins has said that he wants to go and get another shortstop on a one-year deal, just like we did this last offseason. Andrelton Simmons is exactly that guy. $10 million he's worth. And here's another sneaky guy, Eduardo Escobar,
who can about him.
Also play second base and third base, so you can platoon him. You could even move Espinal back to second if you wanted. You could do a bunch of options with Eduardo Escobar too. Plus, he's got some sneaky pop like he showed in 2019.
Yeah, no, I mean, I do think that Simmons or Escobar, like those would both be nice. I do think like if we had to miss out on anything, then I would be okay with this.
It would be that. I'd ideally like it.
I would like
it would
it.
help the guys, especially Bo with his development still making errors. You need that veteran presence.
Yeah. But if we had to miss out on anything, it would be that, guys. Number one priority, get the rotation solid. You need a good starting rotation. We saw how beneficial it was down the stretch when we can actually rely on our starters. I want that again. Adam wants that again. The Blue Jays want that again. We need to go get those guys. Number two, bullpen. Watch the Blue Jays. They're going to be in all the conversations with bullpen guys. We saw them do it at the trade deadline. They are going to do it again. And then number three, they'll probably be in some conversations with some Eduardo Escobars and Simmons and everything like that.
Absolutely. Guys, so this is our Blue Jays offseason outlook. What do you think about our Blue Jays offseason outlook? Do you think that we're going to go do these things? Who do you want to grab? And guys, this is the catapult video for the rest of our offseason. We're going to be making videos on everything, going into deep details about all of these guys all over the diamond. So let us know in the comments down below, who do you want to see in this offseason video outlook?
You can also check us out on Spotify, Breaker, Anchor, Radio Public, and Google Podcasts. Also, please make sure to like and subscribe if you haven't already. Today, Jays is our code for Monkey Knife Fight and for Manscaped. Those are both of our sponsors, so hop onto those. And also $3 a month to become a Patreon, like all of these beautiful people. It's really a lot of fun. You get to call into the show. Usually when we're drinking, it's a great time. So hop on that. It helps us out a bunch.
Guys, thank you so much for watching.
And go Jays, go!